Hello everybody, Poto here. Um, Interesting video, fun thing. Um, so this is a gun I'm gonna do a little review on in the future. The video might come out in the next week or so, depending on how willing I am to edit, because I'm lazy right now. Uh, yeah. So I just kind of want to go over this Daria D9YZ, or DY9Z. Yeah, DY9Z. Right there. This is. I'm gonna kill the cats. Hold on. Fuck off, bastard. It's the boy cat. He's a lot more playful than my cat, who is old and angry. Um, but yeah, so this is a Daria DY9Z. It is a Glock 43X clone. Uh, Relatively small. What is nice, and ignore the hollow point, I was using that to hold up the gun to be nice. Comes with a 15 round mag, just like the shield arm style, just metal mag. Still a plastic mag catch though, so definitely over time it would be smart to get the shield arms stuff. It doesn't look like it's going to be a direct fit. It looks like you're going to have to kind of file the grip a bit to square out the corners to get the mag release to fit. I might do that at some point, so we'll see how that goes. But this is a reversible grip, as you can see from the shaping. You can see the slot there. That would go right where this kind of divot is. So it is reversible for if you're unfortunate enough to be a lefty. Now, you would think, okay, this is a Glock 43X clone. You're going to need the 43X trigger connector to lighten up the trigger. You're wrong. You need one that's for a 19 or a 17 or a 45 or really most normal size, like not, as I've been told, slimline Glocks. And I can show you this very quick and easy if I don't mess up the takedown, which I just did. Cringe. I know. There we go. So, you can see, hey, look, there's our thing. This is actually, this goes tactical. I'm going to put a picture up of what it looks like right here, because I'm going to show you what the stock one looks like. And you're going to see a difference. So, now we're looking at the one that comes in the gun. Notice we're missing the finger. So, if I take this apart, and you can do this in a few ways. I'm liking the roll of tape and press the pin out method, because then it captures the pin and you don't lose it. And I'm going to be honest, you don't have to take out the trigger pin. I did try it that way, following the Glock store tutorial on how to do it. I could not get this pin out, and this pin seems to retain your block, and I have to throw a cat out of the room. Come here. Come here. You're loud when you eat. Go eat your own food, too. The cats are going to make this an interesting video, aren't they? But, yeah. So, point is, you only really have to remove this pin to get to it. You don't have to remove this pin, because you can just pull this up. It pops out, and you can kind of wiggle to get it to sit like this. Now, this is the ghost pin, well, the ghost connector. And all you need to do is easier to use a flathead, but it's loose enough where you can kind of work it out with your fingers. If you remember from that prior image, this is the same exact trigger connector. There is no finger. I cut the finger off. You can buy these without the finger. I did not get that option because I ordered this one online, and then earlier today I ran to a local gun store to go and buy this one, and this was the only one they had. And I said, you know what, screw it. These look similar enough, besides this one having the finger. I'm just going to risk wasting the $25 and cut that finger off. And it works perfectly. Gave me exactly the result I wanted, which was lighter trigger, smoother feel, and genuinely, the trigger feels great. Let me get this pin fully seated. I like to use a flat head because it gets it pretty flush in the frame. And then you don't accidentally stab it with whatever you're using as a whatever you're using to poke it out. Whatever you're using as a punch would be the correct word there. That just completely escaped me. And I swear to God, this cat. Come on, go, leave, shoot. But yeah, so with that, it becomes a lot smoother. And that break is very crisp with it. A reset feels pretty much the same. But that was your travel from reset to break, which was already pretty short on that stock connector. But that's pretty nice. And actually, because it's so easy to swap out, let me show you the difference. Because genuinely, it is so easy if you don't drop the parts constantly to switch these. Now, should you be constantly switching these? I'm going to say no. But I'm trying to demonstrate because I'm stupid. I'm not going to bother pressing the pin all the way through just to demonstrate the trigger. It's held in place just fine. But alright. You can see your take-up. You can see that. There you go. You can hear it's a little bit louder just because I think there is more resistance. So it has a little bit more of a positive click than with the Ghost connector. But I don't mind. Because in the end, I'm trying to make a Glock clone that really got that Glock trigger feel perfect. And by perfect, I mean they really just got the exact factory Glock trigger feel. And make it feel not like a shitty Glock trigger. And I know that's rich coming from a Ruger guy. But, you know, Glock triggers aren't that good. And if you need to swap out for a performance trigger, you're already behind every other company. So, yeah, sucks to suck. But, yeah. It's pretty nice. I was very, we'll say, happy when I learned that the 43X one will not work with the 43X clone. So yeah. So if you have a Daria DY9z, get a trigger connector for a normal Glock, like a 19, a 17, 45. Get this one, cut the nub off. You can get them without the nubs already. Like I said, this was just the only thing my local gun store had, so that's why I got it. Obviously, it's probably best to not have to modify your parts that are supposed to be drop-in, but in this case, my drop-in part was not a drop-in part because it's just not using the same thing. And just to demonstrate the difference between one of these slimline versus the normal full size, you can very quickly make the difference. I'm holding them by the little tang that slides into the trigger piece. Is a lot shorter. Not to mention if I hold them like this, that's also a lot shorter. So, other than that, the profile's pretty similar. You can see the finger is a little bit skinnier, and that top piece does not come out as far. But other than that, they're pretty much the same. So it's really just the overall length that screws you over on this for this gun. So keep that in mind if you have one of these and you want to do this trigger connector. Don't buy the one for the 43X. That's the simplest thing to say. This will be getting returned because it doesn't fit. This will get thrown into a box that I will hold on to forever, and yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you want to subscribe, feel free to. I would actually greatly appreciate that. And, yeah.